The Devils' 3-game losing streak is history. They beat Detroit as they return home to Prudential Center, 4-3 the final score. Jesper Bratt joins us outside the Devils' dressing room. And Jesper, I appreciate your patience, and thank you very much for spending some time with us. What did this win mean?
Well, obviously coming back home after a long road trip, it's definitely nice to start it off the right way. I mean, we got some result along that road trip that we definitely didn't want it, and for us to come back here and I mean continue this strong stretch at home ice that we have had now in the past was obviously huge. So coming back here and have a couple home games in front of us to start off this way was definitely great.
Well, Jesper, you're on the big line, and there's a lot of goals in that line. But I just want you to tell us, like, Timo Meier flies under the radar to me for his physical ability at times. Can you just tell us, like tonight, when you're watching him, what do you see that's inspiring?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, such a big and strong player. It's very easy to play with. Very predictable. I mean, try to just keep it to his strength. I mean, you see him winding up in the neutral zone. He wants to get down there on that forecheck, and he's heavy on the puck. He's winning battles. He lets me and Nico kind of do our thing. He wants us to roll in O-zone. He's strong net front present, and I mean, it's really good net front. We've been talking a lot about lately to just shooting pucks off net, getting tips and stuff like that, and I feel like that's one of his biggest strengths, just knowing where to place himself to get the puck in goal, even if it's by a shot or by a tip. And I think these type of heavy games when there's a lot of physicality, there's a lot of battles all along the ice. It's kind of where he shines the most. So really good seeing. I mean, him getting on the scoreboard, getting assists and all that stuff, and just build confidence around his game because he's an extreme hard worker.
Well, that he is, and he loves using the body, and he responds. You described his predictability. Why is predictability an important element when a line is trying to get something going? Why is it important?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps you fast when you know where guys are. You can put the puck into places where guys are skating into. There's no hesitation around. There's no off timing in times of forecheck and stuff like that. You come as a 5-man unit, and especially on forward, you come as a 3-man unit to be able to support each other. You're close to the puck, and when you enter the zone, there's usually a lot of times there's not a lot of space. You got to know where to put the puck, and then it's kind of the chemistry that comes in to be predictable for each other, just to kind of give each other that time and space to have a little more time with the puck instead of just shoveling it around and not knowing where each other are.
Jesper, you had 3 assists in Philly. You had a terrific game. You got another one tonight. But, what is the balance? Like, yeah, you got to score, but, assists are scoring too, not just goals. What are you thinking? Do you feel any pressure like I got to score, or are you just comfortable?
I mean, you always want to score. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 7 years old or if you're in my position. Yeah. You love scoring. But I think I just try to take all my stuff from the game to help the team to win. Even if that's shooting or if that's playmaking or whatever. I want the team to score when I'm on the ice, and I want to help the team to win games. And I mean, sometimes the puck goes in and sometimes not. I think down there in Philly, I had 6 good scoring chances. In Philly the other day, I had 5 good looks. And I mean, sometimes you just get into a streak when you keep shooting. And even now, when puck maybe doesn't bounce in my way, I try to just work on it even more. Like, how can I just throw more pucks to the net? How can I create better angles for myself? How can I keep setting up guys what seems to be working? So it's just that element of not try to look too much into it as a thing of, oh, now I'm not scoring, now I'm just going to be passer. It's still in my mind always to, if I come in for a good look, I want to put that puck in myself. So I think it's just a term of just accepting that sometimes the puck bounces a different way, and you're helping out the team to score different ways than setting up other guys. So it's all about winning games.
Well, Matt, I'm just saying that's a great attitude for young players. Some people put too much pressure on themselves, but obviously what you just explained is a real healthy way to look at the game. And this win tonight, I know there's so many aspects, but when you just sit down, and think about it, what really are you happy about? I know there's many aspects, but it's a big bounce back game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think just in general to be on the winning winning train again is obviously a great feeling. I mean, no one wants to lose, and especially coming back. We had some games on the road trip, like I said before, that we didn't want it. I mean, we're coming back now to a building that we know we've been a very, very strong team. We played some good hockey here in our home building, got some energy from the fans, and now just keep building on that. Like, because we're gonna go on the back on the road again soon, and then you gotta be able to have that confidence in your game that, okay, this is the way we gotta play, even if we're home or on the road. But I mean, this game is obviously getting us to a point of we can probably look at some things, even if we're maybe not 100% happy with the game. There's probably small things in the game that we did better this game that we did in the past, which is, for example, the goal scoring. We had a lot of tip goals. We had a lot of goals when we shoot not into shin pads and we're shooting by people and we're getting traffic in front and scoring goals that way. So there's definitely parts of our game that I feel like we can feel good about moving forward. Then it's just the next step of getting better. It doesn't matter if we would win or lose. We're striving to get better no matter what. But it's definitely nice for the whole group to be on the winning train again.
Very healthy attitude.
Indeed. Jesper, thanks very much for your time. We'll let you get back into the room.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesper.
You can see why he has developed into one of the best wingers in the National Hockey League. He thinks the game. He's constantly trying to see ways to improve. And I know, listen, I don't know that there's anybody who plays in the National Hockey League who's just sitting back and says, I don't need to improve. But he thinks the game. He's intellectual, and I love hearing his answers.
Well, if everybody in the NHL thinks they want to improve, why don't they? Because that guy thinks below the surface. Like, I really like, Matty, what he said, especially if they're younger players. I see younger players. It's all about getting goals and stuff. I thought when he said, listen, as long as I can have contributed something on the ice that we scored a goal, even if I got no assist, he is happy. And I thought, yes, that is so wise. But when you're young, you think, I got to be noticed. And, of course, we do notice him because his assists are terrific. But he's just got a very healthy attitude. And when you're a sixth-round pick like he was, you were never a superstar when you were little, that's what you develop.
Mm-hmm.
A humbleness in one way, but also a confidence level in another.
Yeah, and a burning fire to prove the critics wrong.
Yes.
And I think if there was a redraft of Jesper Bratt's 2016 draft year, he would not go in the sixth round.
No way.
Way up to the top. All right, we're going to hear from Jacob Markstrom in a little bit. We're going to hear from Sheldon Keefe. But first, let's check out some highlights of this one. Scary moment very early in the game, and, well, it turned out to be a harbinger of things to come. Undrafted big kid. He sure is crunched, and he's slow to get up. It's a delayed call. He's on all fours. He's up. He skated off, but he's going down the runway to the Devils' dressing room. Extra skater on for the Devils. Chipping at the puck is Luke Hughes. It'll be picked up by Patrick Kane, and we'll see what the call is as Nico Hischier rocked on a hit by J.T. Comfer.
Well, Matty, you mentioned it. Why I screamed. I didn't see it as much. But if you get a chance to look at the replay, as he hits the boards, remember the glass isn't right level with the front of the boards. There's a little lip there. And when you mentioned it, I watched the highlight. His side cheek, his left side, hit right on that edge, and it could have been disastrous. And that's why I screamed. But fortunately, he went in, had it looked at. They said, you're good. He says, I'm going out there. Let's get going. And away he went.
Yeah, and after being looked at, he really played the rest of the game and was phenomenal, Nico Hischier. And so everyone holds their breath a little bit. The Devils have a power play. They do not score as Comfer's called for boarding at 1:52. Well, so 2 minutes later, as the Devils don't score, so that's 3:52.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming out of the box. He's got a breakaway. And then he has to drop the gloves. And now Nason goes after Comfer out of the box. It was Comfer with the hit. Nason's been twisted down to the ice. Linesman will step in, but the combatants don't want to let go. Nason saying, let me go, and they do. They let him go. Nason and Comfer in front of the Devils bench. Comfer misses with the right. Now Nason connects with a couple of blows. Comfort tied up as he leans over into the Devils bench. Nason pushing at him, trying to get another right hand, and he does. He knocks the helmet off of Comfort, who stays on his skates. Couple of tough guys going at it here at Prudential Center. Oh, that's old-fashioned. I love it.
Yeah, I wish that you don't want to start it. I should have timed it, because that wasn't. Maybe the referee heard you too, and everybody saying, "Let him go! Come on, let him go! This will be fun to watch. They enjoy it. Nobody gets hurt," and that's what happened.
Yep. I mean, Comfort took a couple of punches.
Yes.
He might be feeling the need for some aspirin or something tonight. But yeah, that's part of this game. It still is. It was a borderline hit that caused the captain to leave, even though it was momentary. It was not going to go unanswered. Could you imagine if Comfort had scored?
Oh, my.
And then the fight?
No, I couldn't.
Oh, Jacob Markstrom came up with the save. Nason got an extra 2 for roughing the Devils, killed it off. Let's hear what Sheldon Keefe has to say.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great feeling. First of all, it's great to play back at home. Great to be in control of a game again. And as you can see, it's been too long. You know, I actually just went and looked at it. It's been 10 games since we had a lead in the third period. 10. We've only played 22, so it's been long. It's been half the year since we played. It feels like that shouldn't be the case, but that's been the case, and it looked that way to me. Look, it started in the second period, quite frankly, just playing with the lead. So that's an area for us to clean up, but you gotta get in a groove. Like when we won 8 in a row, every third period we had a lead, and we did a nice job of it. It's been too long, and we had to scratch and claw for this one. We had to get some good fortune and great goaltending. But this will, I think, serve us well going forward.
So to build on that a little bit, just the notion of, when Detroit scored, you didn't let them build upon what they were doing. I mean, how crucial was that, and what did you sort of see?
Yeah, well, we got some saves and some fortune that maybe allowed us to get through that and feel better about ourselves. But yeah, it was none of it was because our guys didn't compete or didn't work. I thought we were working. I mean, there's lots of skill over there, and they're pressing, and like I just described, it's been too long since we've gotten a win and played with a lead and all that kind of stuff. So the guys are, they're out there. They're probably overthinking it a little bit. I thought we still worked and competed. I just didn't think we were as good with the puck, and as a result, defended too much. But yeah, I don't know. Let's call it a gutsy win. The guys were hard tonight. Starts with an ace of the fight in the first period, and and then had to stand their ground at the end with how we competed there, and Markey is the greatest competitor of all our guys today, and that's great to see. That's allowed to happen. Goalies are allowed to steal one for you, and I think that's a bunch of what happened. But at the same time, we scored 4 goals too, so that's a good thing, and that's positive. That puts us in a position to win.
One of those goals was Connor Brown coming off the bench, just like sort of that, pack mentality of hunting down the puck, and obviously a fortuitous bounce at the same time. But those are the moments you're kind of talking about, right? Like those little moments.
Yeah, for sure. And I thought there was a couple sequences that I believe was one of them where you kind of get them on the run, which is what second period hockey is. One team or another has usually got the other team on their heels and tired and all that kind of stuff. So we want to stay on the hunt. It was Mercer put a lot of pressure on the puck and kind of force that bounce to go our way, and Brownie is in the right spot where we want him to be in that situation, and he pounces on it.
Nice to see Cody Glass get on the score sheet again, after coming back in from another injury. Yeah,
it's great for him. It's never easy missing time, never easy having to deal with injuries, but we've done a lot of winning when he's played for us.
I felt like maybe Nason made the biggest impact of his season tonight. They're starting the season a little late there.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Because I'm sure you're talking about the fight and his response and stepping up. Not an easy thing to do, but then he gets rewarded, thereafter with a good assist. And I thought that line gave us some good shifts. Throughout the third period, and those guys were had pressure on the puck, and I thought some little contributions like that throughout the lineup that all add up to getting on the right side of it.
Is there anything tangible you can see as maybe the biggest factor between the home and road records?
Well, I think it's just, and today maybe, well, I don't think we gave up too much on the rush here today, with the exception of their first goal. I think it was their first goal. But nothing like, we gave up a breakaway today coming out of the penalty box, But aside from that, at home ice, we've just been way tighter. We just haven't given up a lot of freebies. In a lot of our road games, we've just opened up the ice, allowed the other team to skate through and get breakaways and 2-on-1s and odd man rushes, and those that's a recipe for losing. And that's where inconsistency has come up. But unfortunately for us, it hasn't happened in this building. So we've shown over and over again, particularly in this building, that we know how to play and we know what's required. But doing it every day in the NHL is a tough thing to do, and that's the hill we got to climb. Thank you.
Sheldon Keefe concluding his post-game news conference, and you see that often enough, guy coming out of the penalty box, and you're thinking so much score, and he's got a lead on you. He's coming out of the penalty box. You got 5 guys inside the blue line.
And one of the things that Sheldon talked about was there was just too many breakaways before today. Now, that one you're not going to do anything about, except Markey is. But, yeah, there wasn't really odd man rushes. Remember he was saying we're giving up too many odd man rushes. That wasn't the case. No, you know what I just wish, Maddie? I wish that some games there could be 2 first stars and 2 second stars and 2 third stars. Because Markey didn't get a star and Siegenthaler didn't get a star, but we're sitting up here watching. Oh, the amount of saves both of them made, or plays they made to prevent goals, was incredible. And not that the players didn't notice it, but, I wish they would have got a little more praise. But, they just, every shift, Maddie, the players, when I saw, they were so intense. But you know what? They had to be. Because Detroit was throwing the same stuff at them. And that's what I love this game. It could have went either way, but the Devils found a way, as a team, to win another hockey game at home.
23 minutes and 27 seconds of ice time for Jonas Siegenthaler tonight, leading all Devils skaters, and Jacob Markstrom picking up the win as the Devils defeat Detroit by a score of 4-3. Back to the highlights we would go after things settled down following the hit, the fight. The fans are all excited. Timo Meier became excited on this play. Slides one toward Hughes. Luke pounds it in the corner. Nemitz in deep. He's checked on the play by Hammond. Gets the puck to Hischier, out high for a long-range shot. They score! Yeah, redirect. It'll be Timo Meier off the Stefan Noesen shot. And for Meier, his 7th goal of the season. He's starting to heat up a little bit. We like that. 12:54 the time of the goal. Nico Hischier picks up the secondary assist, and the Devils had a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and a big one it was. What was it, 10 games? Coach was saying since they led?
In the third period. Third period.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Devils.
Oh, yeah, right. But they haven't gotten the first goal very often, though, either.
So
just regular, right?
Yeah, Devils with the 1-0 lead at 12:54. Detroit comes back and scores at 16:33. Alex DeBrincat, his 11th goal of the season. Patrick Kane and Moritz Seider with the assist. So Detroit rallies, but the Devils, before the period was over, came back. And they came back big, and it started with the captain. Face off in the Devils' end. It's cleared to center ice. Here's Meier across the line. Now Hischier with the drive. He scores! He takes the pass from Jesper Bratt. And a quick response by the Devils. They regain the lead. It's 2-1. And that came a minute 25 after the DeBrincat goal. So, yeah, a very good response for the Devils. Nico Hischier with his 7th. Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier with the assist. That line's going to carry the bulk of the offensive load for the Devils, but tonight they got some scoring from other areas as well.
Yeah, but right there, that was just a gorgeous shot. That's a shot. If you go to practice, they shoot that a lot in practice. What I like, he's getting low. His center of gravity is low. Oh, my, though, did he rip that thing. And he did everything at the top level tonight, Nico, with the hit and the scraps and the goals. And anyway, he was a real leader.
Cody Glass returning to the lineup after missing the last 4 with an upper body injury before the period was over. A minute 6 after Hischier made it 2-1, the lead was expanded to 2. For Dadano, cross-ice pass sails through the crease. He was looking for Glass backdoor. Now it's Luke Hughes, drops it off for Nemitz in the near circle. Nemitz along the wall, still with it. Gets it to Brown in the final minute to Luke Hughes. A drive, they score! It's Cody Glass in his return to the lineup, making it 3-1. With his 4th goal of the season, Luke Hughes and Connor Brown with the assists. And, late goals are awfully important. They're all important, a little more important when they come late.
Yeah, especially shooting the puck late. It was a good shot by Luke, just above the shin pads, but a great tip by Cody Glass, who had to be really fired up to be back in there tonight.
And the Devils are better served with him in that center spot. Things just strengthening a little bit down the middle in Jack Hughes' absence. Early in the second period, Dougie Hamilton, it was an accidental high stick, but it was a high stick nonetheless. And James Van Riemsdyk, the Middletown, New Jersey native, came up with the power play goal at 1:30, and it was once again a 1-goal game. But the Devils come back later in the period. Connor Brown scores his 6th goal of the season to extend the lead to 2. Oh, and things got a little interesting in the third when Dylan Larkin scored his 13th of the season, and that made it 4-3. And that's the way it stood, but not without some very anxious moments, and we'll call this series, and it's a bit long, but we hope you like it. It was fun to call it. It's the plays of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. Timeout's over, 11 seconds to go. Detroit wins it. They send it cross ice. Oh, shanking it was Raymond off the pass from Kane. Raymond has it again. His pass is blocked. A shot is stopped in front. Time winding down, and that'll do it. There will not be another shot. Larkin and Mercer after the whistle go after each other. Players tie each other up. Siegenthaler's got a hold of DeBrincat. Also Van Riemsdyk there. And now finally, a punch by Larkin on Hamilton. Wow, this is nasty. And now who's that? Hischier going after someone. And now he's tackled. Gloves are dropped. Sticks are on the ice. The linesmen are trying to come up with some peace moves. Raymond and Siegenthaler have each other down on the ice. Wow. Love it. Siegenthaler and Larkin. Larkin's dropped the gloves. One of the linesmen keeping Hischier away. Now, just inside the blue line, Bratt and DeBrincat have each other tied up. There's some blood coming from the lip of DeBrincat. Sticks and gloves everywhere. And love it. The play of the game brought to you by Prudential.
What you meant to say, Matty meant that was the last puck shot. But it wasn't the last fish shot because the fish started flying after that last shot. And, it wasn't phony baloney, like just doing it for effect. Those guys really didn't like each other, did they?
No, they did not. And the shame of it is we have to wait till March to see these teams again. That's a fact of life in a 32-team league. That's the way it's going to be, although we'll see Philly Saturday and having just played them on Saturday. But that's the way it goes. This is not the original 6 where you take a train overnight and just think about the opponent the next day, which happened to the opponent you just played.
Yeah, right, exactly. And if they did, boy, you can imagine how much more intense it would be if they played each other more often. But so many teams, not going to happen.
Yeah, and speaking of intense and emotion, and speaking of compete, Sheldon Keefe said the most competitive Devil tonight was the winning goaltender, Jacob Markstrom, and he spoke with the media after the game.
Well, that was pretty eventful at the end there, just the way you guys found a way to get 2 points and end the losing streak.
Thanks for mentioning that one. It's a good win. A good battle. Everybody blocking shots, everybody contributing. We, Nate standing up for Nico there in the first, and then, we killed that penalty, and then we leave that period up 3-1. So it was a great response for a team till the very end. We stuck together, and it was a hard-fought battle out there.
What's that like? Just emotions? Can you, when you can't even take a breath. Pucks are flying at you.
No, it's all right. Actually, it's I think it more kind of sees that way, and then obviously when it's clock are running down and it's really they're putting pressure on, they're pulling the goalie, but guys in front, Siegenthaler had 2 huge blocks at the end, and more guys as well.
What was sort of it like there at the end of the game after the final buzzer? Just so much going on after that.
Yeah, I don't know. Just that they had 6 guys and we had 5 guys, and yeah, everybody grabbed somebody.
How important is it just to remain, keep your winning streak up in this building?
It's great winning at home. It's huge to, we play a lot of road games lately, and I think it was this group needed to come home, play in front of the home fans, play at the Rock, and kind of settle a little bit, and obviously get away with 2 points.
And also early on, you take the 2 penalties. How big were those penalty kills?
No, it's good. Obviously, they got one, unfortunately, in the second there in the power play. But our penalty kill has been a key, and it needs to continue to be a key for us to be successful.
Just with the way that Detroit was playing and just sort of kept pushing, how important was it? The way you guys were able to score after they, not sort of let them get back into the game in that way.
Yeah, it's huge. I think this, the game is going to go back and forth, and it's momentum swings, and that's why it's huge on the at home when we got the fans to kind of help us. Tilt the ice a little bit, and it saves and it's timely goals that are really important, and I thought we did a great job today.
Jacob, what can a game like that do for your confidence?
It's just nice to be back in the win column, to be honest, and it's nice to we haven't had a team practice in a long time, so it's going to be nice to get some practice and kind of work on the game a little bit.
How about for you personally? You're very impressive in that. You keep coming out, taking down angles.
I don't know. The guys are doing a good job in front of me. I just, try to pick up the garbage that gets through.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks.
Jacob Markstrom picks up the win, his 6th of the season, as the Devils defeat Detroit by a score of 4-3. He referenced block shots, 19 blocks by the New Jersey Devils, 4 by Brendan Dillon, 3 by Nico Hischier, and 3 for Jonas Siegenthaler, so the job was done in front of him, and a fun night with a win.
Well, it was, Matty, and what people don't realize, the goalie isn't even hardly aware of the guys in front of him at the time, right? I mean, he's happy if it's a wide-open net and somebody blocks it, but he's so focused on what he has to do. When they ask him, well, how big was that? The Guddies were... He's saying, hey, it's chaos out there. I'm trying to get my job done. They're doing their job. And in the final analysis, did the puck go in or not? And tonight it didn't. And, Matty, we always say you got to score 3 goals to win. And I was thinking of that, but that's usually the case. But tonight you had to score 4, and the Devils did.
And the Devils will try to do more of that on Wednesday when they take on St. Louis. That's a game that you'll hear here on the Devils Hockey Network.